is Future Evy here because I did forget to film a quick intro for this vlog. So this vlog will be my 2-week Mediterranean cruise. And I will be splitting this up into 2 parts only because I feel like it's just going to be one really big video and I really don't want that, so I'd rather just split it into 2 parts. So yeah, if you want to know what cruises are like, if you've never done one, or you're planning a European trip and you don't know where to go and you want some ideas, I think this will be a very great video to watch. We did do 9 different ports with I think 6 different countries. I could be wrong. But yeah, I really enjoyed my time, so just keep on watching and make sure you subscribe. And let's get into this great vlog that I really enjoyed doing. Okay, so we're currently in Gibraltar, which is day 10 currently, and it is 6 p.m. at night, so we are currently sailing off. Tomorrow is a sea day, and then we are in Florence in Marseille. But today we did do a tour today, which was a short one, so it was about 3-4 hours. So we got up about 7 o'clock and left about 8:30 and got back around midday. So Gibraltar is known for like this massive rock that they have, and also the monkeys. So the main reason we did this is so we could see some monkeys. And so we started off, we went and saw a lighthouse, and then the tour guide was kind of giving us some information. So like if there was a bit of fog happening because it was a bit of a cold day and overcast, and he said, you know, if there wasn't no fog, you'd be able to see Africa. And also Gibraltar does have is like connected to Spain as well, so you could literally look over and Spain was kind of right there too. And then we went to St. Michael's Cave, which was really cool. So all of this was 100% natural. The only like man-made stuff was like the lights that were happening in there, but it was just really cool to see. And there was like this rock that kind of looked like an angel, so they kind of put like wings on it and like a face to make it really look like an angel, which was really cool. So yeah, got really some cool clips from that. And then we went up to the rock. So we started on the outside. We saw so many monkeys, which was really cool, and we saw one like hop onto a van. They didn't have any run-ins with them with like taking anything, or but there was another group where somebody had food in their bag and they unzipped their bag and they took a packet of chips, and they did warn us, do not have food in your bag because they will smell it and they will quickly unzip your bag and take it. So I made sure I didn't take my bag with me just in case they were to take anything from it. But yeah, there was so many monkeys. It was really awesome. And then we went under these tunnels that they were created for the Great Siege. So that was some history learned again today, so lots of lessons learned across this cruise. So yeah, it was really fun, nice short day. I'm starting to feel quite tired only because I haven't had like a full proper sleep since I got here. It's been very broken, and if I don't get a proper sleep I do get quite grumpy, so I'm not feeling the greatest. So but tomorrow's a sea day, so I hopefully can try and sleep in a little bit. And then the day after that, like I said, we are in at Marseille, which is in France, which is my birthday. So I'll be spending my 25th birthday in France, which is really cool. So that's basically it for today, and I'll check in a couple of days. You guys, I actually need to bring you 2 updates because I did forget to film yesterday, so I'll be talking about days 12 and 13. So we'll start with day 12, which was my birthday. So the 4th of October, I did turn 25 yesterday, and we were in Marseille, which is in France. So we just took a short tour in the morning. We just went and saw the Notre Dame, and then we had a bit of free time afterwards for an hour, and we just walked around some shops, and I just picked up a few souvenirs as well for my family. Yeah, it was really nice. Honestly, nothing too exciting, to be honest. Like I was just like meh about this city. But yeah, like it was nice, like it was fine, but just nothing to write home about in my opinion. And then afternoon, I kind of just sat in the sun and read. But then the end of the night was definitely my favorite. So we went out to dinner to one of the paid restaurants on the ship. So you just pay $40 and then you get some like really nice meats and stuff. And it was such a lovely dinner. I tried salmon caviar for the first time. Caviar, not my thing, which is fine because I know caviar can be expensive. And then I had this beautiful piece of meat. I can't remember what it's called at the top of my head, but it was really good. And then at the end, I saw the waiter coming over with like a cake, and then I look at my husband Chris and he's like, I didn't organize this. And obviously I'm guessing they probably would have saw on their system that it was my birthday, and they brought over a cake and they started singing happy birthday. So that was actually so cute. And at the end of the night, so what we have been doing every night at 7 o'clock, there's always like a game show or a music trivia, and then at 9 o'clock the same thing, it's either a game show or some sort of trivia, so we always stay up for those. And last night there was a marriage match trivia, and they look for 3 couples, one like brand new, basically a brand new marriage couple, and then a couple that's been married about the 15 to 25 years mark, and then a couple that's been together like 40 plus years. So we were chosen for the newlyweds, and we did win. The questions they asked were so funny. So basically they ask the husband 3 questions and the wife 3 questions, but while the questions being asked, you have the headphones on with music, and then you take them off, and then they need to see if their answers match our answers. And we did win, and we did win some champagne, except Chris and I are not drinkers, so we're just gonna take this home and see if we can palm that off to someone. So yeah, yesterday night I really enjoyed the night, but during the day I was just a bit underwhelmed and just like really tired. So I'm just really tired, and honestly cannot wait to get in my own bed and just sleep in my own bed. But yeah, oh, and also this is what I got for my birthday, this really pretty tennis bracelet from Chris, which is from the Silver Collective. I just really wanted like a cute little dainty bracelet, and that's what I got, and it also matches my wedding band really nicely. And my nails, I had to cut them off because this one, it broke right down the bottom, so I had to cut them all short. And I feel weird, like I've had long nails for years now, like I've been growing out my natural nails for so long, but because I got shellacked for the wedding day, it made my nails really flimsy, and I just have to basically start fresh, and I can't wait to have my nails back. So anyways, that is day 12. Yeah, day 12 wrapped up. Yeah, so let's move on to today. So today we're back in Italy. So we had 2 days in Italy last week and 2 days in Italy this week. So today we were in Genoa, or Genova, however you prefer to pronounce it. We just had some free time today. We didn't book any tours. We just wanted to walk around. So we walked to this place called something Ferrari. Let me have a check, 1 second. Okay, so it's called Piazza de Ferrari. So it's like a really nice place that I guess is like maybe the center of the city. That's just my ultimate guess, but there's like a really nice waterfall with some really nice old buildings around it. So it was a really lovely walk. I didn't find it too hot today. It was actually really nice, and we also really wanted to try pesto pasta and also focaccia bread while we're in Genoa, because we know this is where these dishes originated from, and we knew if it's originated from here, then we definitely have to try it. So we ended up trying like a pesto focaccia cheesy bread. That was really good. But then we walked around for a bit, and like we're trying to, all right, now we have to get some lunch because we're actually hungry now. So then we went to like this cute little Italian restaurant, and we got some pesto pasta. So their pesto pasta is a bit different. Like I've never actually seen this type of pasta before. It was like this little small stringy, like a little thick, I don't know how to explain it. And their pesto doesn't have any cream. It's just like actual pesto, and it was bloody delicious. And we also ordered more focaccia bread. It was just like cheesy focaccia bread, and this bread was probably the best bread I've ever had in my entire life. It was thin, it was cheesy, it was so gooey and soft in the middle, and then the outside was so crispy and crunchy and flaky. And it was so good. Honestly, 10 out of 10 best bread I've ever had. I freaking loved it. And pesto pasta is also one of my favorite dishes, but I like to have mine with chicken, but I know that's like not original, but really wanted some chicken in it because I needed some protein. But yeah, I have noticed like anytime you order pasta, or like you see pasta in a menu here, there's never like any protein. It's just carbs with some healthy fats. So they don't really like their protein here. Unless it's seafood, but I don't really like seafood. And then what did we do? And then we just came back. I again just chilled on deck. We just came back from dinner. We just went up to like the free buffet. Oh, actually, so I've mentioned a few times how every time we go to a city and if we find a supermarket, we always try a chocolate from that market that we've never seen before. So we got this one. It's called Latte del Alpi. It was okay, but what I did see is the chocolate that I saw in Couture, which is probably now my favorite chocolate, and this is what I really loved from Couture. So I picked up two. So I got the original, just like milk chocolate, and then I saw this Oreo one. So I'm actually going to take these home back to Australia just as fresh blocks. But yeah, this is definitely my favorite chocolate I've tried. It's so freaking good. I love it so much. Yeah, this one, it was okay, but still good. Okay, so that's, yeah, the last 2 days wrapped up. How many steps have I done today? 22,000. Around for a couple hours, and that's how many steps I'm at. Still not as much as Barcelona. I don't think anything will top that day. That was bloody ridiculous. But yeah, tomorrow we are, like, again, I said we still have, like I said, 2 days in Italy. So today was one, and tomorrow we are in Florence and / Pisa, and then we are going home on Saturday, but we don't fly home until 4:30 in the afternoon. So we were able to book a last minute tour to Rome to like see the Colosseum. So we were really hoping we could actually go and see the Colosseum, but we're like, you know, if we're flying home we have to be at the airport, but we were able to organize that, so that's really exciting. And yeah, and oh, last thing I want to say, really random. So like free buffet upstairs. So like I said, I went to the free buffet today, and the last time we cruised with Princess Cruises was years ago, and they had the best brownies I've ever had in my life. And I'm like, okay, we're going with Princess Cruises again. Please have these brownies. And they did. I'm not going to eat it now because I'm actually quite full. I actually brought it down with me so I can have later. They are so soft and moist, and the best brownies I've ever had, and I just want to cruise with Princess Cruises every time so I can have these damn brownies. I feel like brownies is that one thing that is really hard to get right if you're baking yourself. And I also don't like to buy brownies because brownies are so expensive. Like cakes in general are so expensive, so I don't actually buy cakes. But yeah, frothing these brownies, I've been limiting myself to one per day, so I've been good. But yeah, I'm actually feeling quite good. I haven't been overwhelmed with food as much. So I know at the start of this vlog I was feeling a bit meh, but honestly with the amount of walking we've been doing, I actually feel okay. But yeah, so a couple days left. So tomorrow and then Saturday, kind of half a day, and then a 20-hour flight back home. Can't wait for that. All right, checking out, and I will check back in tomorrow. So we are currently at the airport in Rome, waiting to catch our flight to go to Doha. It is currently about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we arrive in Doha at about 11, and we have to wait 4 hours for our flight to Melbourne, and then we have to wait 6 hours for our flight to Sydney. And that is because Sydney International Airport has a curfew from 11 p.m. because all the rich people wanted to complain about the noise, even though they knew where they were buying. But anyways, so yesterday I didn't have time to film my quick catch up, so we did go to Florence. We didn't go to Pisa at all, just Florence. It was really fun. We just kind of just walked around. We just caught a bus to just walk around Florence. The main reason we went there is because Chris, my husband, played Assassin's Creed, and that's where the game was placed, and he was really excited. So I'm like, okay, no worries. Just walked around the shops, looked at some buildings, and we went to the really famous monastery there. Honestly, we have looked at so many churches and monasteries, they kind of all look the same in my mind at the moment. But I do need to get ready to board very shortly, but I will talk about Rome once I get to Doha if I have any energy. But yeah, so just quick check-in for yesterday, and I'll see when I can check in for Rome, because we spent about half a day here, but a bit of a disappointment, which I will tell you why. So I did forget to film an intro, so that's why the outro is the same as the intro. But yeah, I am back home. We did have a very long flight with some unexpected problems, but I'll get into that into a moment. So first I want to talk about our half day in Rome, which kind of is day 15 in a way. The cruise had ended, and we had a tour booked that was meant to go to Vatican City, and then we're meant to be going to the Colosseum. So we did go to Vatican City. We did see the big church, really famous church in Vatican City. Vatican City is within Rome, but it is a different country within it. So it is very small. It is the smallest country, but also has the biggest church. So it was really nice, but honestly, it wasn't something that I was really into wanting to go to. I kind of just went because it was part of the tour, and it just made it easier because also transportation to the airport was included. Then, after we finished from Vatican City, we get back on the bus, and then we get told we are not actually going to the Colosseum. We're only going to be driving past it. I was so pissed off. It said on the ticket and on the itinerary before we booked it that we will be going to the Colosseum, and that was the only reason why we booked it, because it was something that we really wanted to do. And we paid 204 USD for each of us, which I think from memory converted to about $315 AUD. And we are not happy with the outcome because I feel like that was a bit of false advertising. A lot of other people on the bus were also like, what do you mean we aren't going to the Colosseum? It says on the ticket and on the itinerary that we will be going. There was no talk about just driving past it. And we just feel like we were just scammed out of our money in a way. And a lot of other people are going to be putting in complaints. We already put in a complaint, and we're just waiting to see if we can get a refund, because honestly, that much money just to go to a church and then drive by the Colosseum just pissed us off. And because we live so far away, other than New Zealand, I believe Australia is the furthest away from Europe. And we did 20 hours of flying, and it was exhausting. And it is very expensive to go to Europe as well from here. The actual plane ride, like the actual ticket, costs more than the actual cruise. We spent $3,000 each just to get there. Like, that is insane amount of money, insane amount of travel, and Europe isn't something that we can just go to like every year. Like, it's a big chunk of money, and we did say we would like to go on a very big trip every like 3 years. That way we can save up for it as well. But we're not going to go back to Europe in 3 years' time. We have other stuff that we want to see. So yeah, I'm just really annoyed, but it's okay. Maybe in like 10 years' time, we'll be able to go back and then obviously see some other stuff as well. So yeah, we are not happy with that outcome. And then let's get to what happened on the flight. So when we got to Rome, our bags were checked in, and we got told that our suitcases are going to go straight to Sydney. Because Sydney has a curfew from 11 p.m. to about 5 a.m, we couldn't go straight to Sydney because we were going to be getting in about 12:30. And the only reason there's a curfew is because the people in that area complained about the noise, which is really frustrating because it's the only international airport in Sydney at the moment. And like, this airport was there before these people bought these houses. Like, they knew what was there. Anyways, so we fly from Rome to Doha, which is about 5 hours. And then we had a 3-hour layover there. And then we flew from Doha to Melbourne, which was about 14 and a half hours. And then we get to Doha, and then we go past, like, we walk past like the baggage claim. And then we saw like a purple suitcase. So like, there's no way that's mine. Like, this is somebody else's. So we walk up to him, like, I noticed a tag. I'm like, that's not my bag. Like, obviously it's going to Sydney. That's what we were told. And then another bag comes by, and then Chris was like, that looks like my bag. Like, it can't be a coincidence that there's two, like, both of our bags are here. Like, that have to be it. So that was his suitcase. And I'm like, where is my suitcase? And I'm like, getting really anxious. I'm like, this was my number one fear. Like, where is my suitcase? And lucky that that had a tag on it, because we believe that that person took my bag instead of theirs. And lucky I had air tags. If you are traveling, please make sure you put air tags in your suitcase, because that was the only way I knew that that bag left the airport. I was tracking, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this is like, it ended up about being 45 minutes away. The person wasn't answering the phone, and then we realized that they actually put the wrong digits on the thing, because we called, somebody answered, they're like, this isn't me. And I'm like, oh my God, what is this number? And then they had an email, so we sent them an email, and then they called us. And then lucky she called, and she ended up coming back with my bag. but I was bawling my eyes out. I'm like, I have thousands of dollars of stuff in this bag. Souvenirs that I bought, stuff that I bought in Europe that you can't get into in Australia. My favorite gym clothes were in there that I can't get anymore. And I was so stressed. I'm like, this can't be happening. This can't be happening. And then obviously I'm crying, like I said. And then the lady behind the desk was so rude. She was like, there's no reason to like, get upset over a bag. And I'm like, what do you mean? So I go and sit down while Chrissy's like, organizing like a missing bag report thing with the lady. I'm just like, I'm trying so hard not to cry because like it is just stuff, but still. And then like I'm sitting down crying, and then this other lady comes over and she was so lovely. She was like, what's wrong? I'm like, my bag got stolen and like it's about 45 minutes away from here and I just want it back. And she was like, you know, like this stuff honestly happens all the time. They're like, your bag isn't valuable to them. They'll bring it back. Don't worry. And I'm like, okay, fine. And then we leave, and then I stop crying, and I'm kind of just like, whatever, like, what can we do? And then like 5 minutes later, I started crying again. So it was just a emotional roller coaster. So yes, lots of shitty stuff just happened that last 2 days. Like we didn't get to see the Colosseum, and then the bag drama, and then the layover and then the exhaustion just took over. So I'm filming this on Tuesday and we got back Monday. So just for some context, we left Rome Saturday at 4:30 in the afternoon, and I got back home Monday at 9 a.m. Like that is how big the travel was. And I was weirdly like really awake. I think maybe from like the adrenaline or something. I was just weirdly awake. I'm like, all right, I'm going to unpack and I'm just going to go to the gym, because it's been a while since I've been really into a good gym routine, because like the gym on the cruise ship was okay, but like just wanted my gym back. And then I lay down for like 2 seconds. I closed my eyes, and then 6 hours later I'm like, oh shit, I've fallen asleep. And then yeah, but I've gone to the gym this morning. It felt so good to get back into it, and I'm really excited to get back into my routine, but I'm not excited to go back to work. But whatever, all good things must come to an end. So yes, that is the end of this vlog, the end of my 2-week Mediterranean cruise. I guess I can share some pros and cons. So the pros are definitely that everything is sorted out for you when you book a cruise. Like there's food on the ship that's included. There's activities. The ports are already set out for you, so you don't actually have to think about where you're going to go. So if you feel like you're very indecisive, you don't know where to go, book a cruise. Also, you'll be able to experience countries that you wouldn't even think about going to. Like Montenegro was incredible. I would never have thought to go to Kotor, which is the city, but it was the most breathtaking city I have ever been to. Like my 2 top cities that I loved was Kotor in Montenegro and Barcelona in Spain. Absolutely incredible. Please just do it. And it's so much cheaper as well, because accommodation can be so expensive, but you're obviously your accommodation is on the ship. And I feel like you also don't have to, you know, because the accommodation is on the ship, you don't have to try and book accommodation and flights in the different cities. So it kind of ends up working out much, much cheaper. Also, no, that's it. There's probably more pros, but I can't think of them. But the only con is if you do want to stay longer, you can't. Some of the cities you were only there until 3 o'clock. Some of the cities you were there until 7 p.m. So it varied. So if you did want to stay longer, obviously you couldn't. So that's probably the only con I can think of. But yeah, overall, bloody amazing. Anytime I want to do a holiday, I just want it to be a cruise, just because the value is great and everything is just great. And I didn't get any seasickness this time around, because the water, like in the Mediterranean, was very, very smooth. Whereas the cruises that we've done in the South Pacific and around Australia, because it's much more open water, it is a bit more rough. But I did take seasickness tablets, didn't take them once, but I always take them with me. They knock you out for a few hours and then you kind of just don't feel it, which is great. So yeah, anyways, like I said, this is the end. I'm going to stop it here before I keep babbling on. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you give it a thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. And just remember that one bad day isn't a setback and tomorrow can always be better. Bye guys.